Hi, it's Andy Harrison. I'm really excited today to talk to you about ending self-sabotage forever. If you've ever been in a situation, or maybe you currently are now, where you're feeling like there's one area of your life where you just always seem to mess up, where you never seem to follow through at the right time, or get the right idea about what to do next at the right time, or maybe you even know exactly what to do, but you just don't feel the sense of motivation or whatever it takes to continue to follow through and get the results that you know that you're able to get. Well, I've discovered that there's one reason why this happens to us. And I want to share this with you today. It's really been changing my life and a lot of people that I've been working with. And so I wanted to share this with you today. And if there's one simple change that you could make, one simple shift that would eliminate self-sabotage forever for you, would you be curious about what that is? So if so, hang with me here, and I want to explain here the 4 areas of life that we tend to actually do this in. These are the 4 main areas of a life where we either can be happier or not happier. And I'm calling the first one our art category. And this is the category of life that represents what you love to do the most right now. Now this can change over time, but you can also think of this as the category of life that represents your life's purpose and the discovery of that on an ongoing basis. So whatever it is you're most excited to do right now is what's in your art category. Okay, so whether that has anything to do with art or not, it's just what you love to do the most right now. The health area of life is the health of our body, our mind, and our spirit, but also everything else in our environment that we're in charge of being healthy with, right? Keeping up. So that includes everything in our environment. It also includes the thoughts going through our head as well. So the health of everything that we're in charge of is in the health area of your life. And the area of people are basically just represents the area of life, all the people that you interact with on a regular basis would be in the people area of life. And finally, in the money category of life, this is all the ways that we make and spend money. So with any one of these areas, we can experience total happiness and ease, effortless excitement, or we can experience less than that. So each of us tends to major in one of these areas where we tend to have the most challenges. And the reason is scientists have discovered we've developed two different neural networks. One is called the intrinsic neural network, and that has to do with our self-concept. And this tends to have built-in limits to it. And so I won't go into a whole lot of detail about that, but that tends to we tend to filter out a specific type of feeling or energy, you can think of it, that keeps us from moving forward in one of these areas primarily. So if you were to ask yourself, what area of life out of these 4 do you tend to have the most challenges in? This will bring us closer to discovering how to actually reverse that in the next step that I'm going to share with you here. So just go ahead and ask yourself that. In the art category, health, people, or money, where have you tended to have the most challenges in life throughout most of your life? Now we all tend to have challenges in all these areas at some point, but if you look over the course of your lifetime, where would you say the most challenges tend to come up for you? So after that, there's a specific type of feeling that our intrinsic neural network is actually separating us from, and what that does is it actually shows up in challenges in one of these areas of life over the course of our lives. So what I've discovered is that we can simply train our brains, just like developing a skill, to actually access that missing energy. And what that does is, if you consistently are able to do this, it'll actually bring the right energy into your life, and it'll actually bring with it information and ideas about what to do next, and it actually can change your entire experience of that area of your life and the entire feeling of it, as well as it'll start to allow you to act more consistently in a way that'll be in line with that energy. So if you're struggling or have had challenges with the art category of life, and this could be discovering and living out your life's purpose, or basically just focusing on what you love to do the most, if you're having challenges with that or have had challenges with that, one question you can ask yourself is, how am I feeling beautiful now? Okay? We're going to do more with this question in just a second, but remember that question if this is your main challenge area of life. How am I feeling beautiful now? If your challenges tend to be in the health area of your life, that could be the health of your body, could be the health of just your environment, like keeping your place clean, or certain situations in your life that you tend to have challenges with. Your question to remember here is, how am I feeling powerful now? So the energy of powerful, feeling powerful, is actually what your brain is filtering out if you're struggling with this area of your life. And over here again, the energy of feeling beautiful is what's being filtered out here. Okay? So moving on to the area of people. If you struggle and have challenges with people, and we all do at times, but if this is your main challenge area of life, what's being filtered out is the energy of you feeling lovable. So the question to remember is, how am I feeling lovable now? Okay? And finally, with the category of money, if your main challenge area is with money, then what's being filtered out is you feeling valuable. That's the energy that's actually, your brain is actually filtering out. So the question to remember for this is, how am I feeling valuable now? So what are we doing with these questions anyway? So these questions are basically a way to train your brain to start focusing not on the story of what's happening in your head, which is basically going to bring you back to the same energy of not feeling beautiful, not feeling powerful, not feeling lovable, or not feeling valuable. But it's going to give your brain a way, your attention away, to start focusing on the energy that's actually been missing from your experience in each of these areas. Okay? So when you run into challenge areas, what's going to happen is, whenever you have a challenge in whatever area of life that you most have challenges in, your brain will now have a way to instantly, like a habit, will actually be able to focus your attention back on the missing energy. You'll automatically start feeling differently about it, and you're going to get different and better ideas about what to do next. And you can watch your life start to change in radical new ways sometimes for the better in that category of your life. So this is just like developing any other skill, where the more that you do it consistently, the better you get at it, and the more it happens automatically. Okay? So one of the ways that we can do this is, I'm going to stop the video here. Okay, so I stopped the video and I drew out this chart for us here. So one of the ways that we can do this to actually create this into a habit and actually create this new neural pathway out from not feeling beautiful, not feeling powerful, not feeling lovable, not feeling valuable, and back towards actually noticing that energy and those feelings and bringing that into our experience on a regular, consistent basis without actually having to think about it. We want to actually take the 2 steps to becoming an expert at any skill. And again, I mentioned this on some other videos, but the 2 steps to becoming an expert at any skill are, number 1, simply eliminate all the choices except for the ones that work the absolute best. And in this case, your best choice when you're in a challenge, let's say it's with money, is for you to actually feel valuable. Okay? Right? What the choices that you've not eliminated are all the ones where you don't feel valuable. So basically, if you eliminate where your focus will go and only focus on feeling valuable when those challenges come up, you're going to have a much better opportunity to have that experience, this area of your life in that moment and on an ongoing basis be better. Same with people. Your challenge with people, if you're having challenges with that, is that you are filtering out feeling lovable. So whenever you run into a challenge with someone, or people in general, your best choice is to actually bring that energy, that feeling of feeling lovable, into that situation. So this question, having that be a habit for you, will actually allow that to happen easily and effortlessly. On the health side, if you're having challenges with your health or with the situations in your life, then feeling powerful is actually the energy that's being filtered out. So if you actually eliminate those choices and only focus on how you are feeling powerful right now, this will actually allow you to bring the right energy, the right feeling, and the right experience into that moment. And in an ongoing way, it will actually help you improve that area of your life. And then finally, in the art category, or your life's purpose, your feeling beautiful is what the main choice is that will actually allow you to grow that area of your life more happy over time. So we're just going to take the phrase that your phrase for the area of life where you've experienced the most challenges, and we want to make that into a habit. Okay? So step number 2 to becoming an expert at any skill is to simply do enough correct repetitions of making only that choice and do it enough so that it becomes a habit. Okay? So step number 1 again, to becoming an expert at any skill, is to eliminate all the choices except for the one or the ones that work the absolute best. And in this case, these are the ones that will work the absolute best to help you with those challenge areas. Step number 2, simply do enough correct repetitions of making only that choice that it becomes a habit. So rather than wait for challenges to consistently come up and then try to remember this phrase, we want to go ahead and do it in a way where your brain will just remember it automatically. And when those challenges come up, your brain will have a new way that it's already rehearsed a whole bunch so that it'll just naturally take your attention to where it could be the most effective. So in order to do this, I drew out a little chart with 10 squares, okay? 10 little boxes here. And we just want to simply do repetitions. So this will take you maybe a couple minutes a day. And what you want to do is you want to actually say whatever your phrase is, pick the area of life where you feel the most challenges and take the phrase that works for that area and simply go ahead and say this to yourself. You're just going to rehearse it. So for instance, if it's the art category, how am I feeling beautiful now? It might sound silly, but it actually really works. So let's take the area of money. If you're feeling challenged with money, you would just say, how am I feeling valuable now? And you would say that 10 times, and you can count them on 10 fingers so you can keep track of saying it to yourself 10 times. And you don't have to say it out loud, you can say it to yourself inside your head. That's fine. And for every block of 10 repetitions that you do with the phrase that's, with your challenge area of your life, you want to go ahead and put an X in the cell right there, and that just means that you've completed 10 repetitions. Okay? So continuing on though, if you actually get all 10 of these cells filled in with X's, simply that'll mean that you've actually done 100 repetitions of saying this phrase to yourself. Now I know it sounds so simple, but this is actually what really works to train your brain to know this. You're basically creating a new neural pathway with each of these phrases so that it will actually have a way for your attention to get from the problem to where the resources, where you'll be able to actually feel differently and actually act differently, have different information available to you that will actually continue to grow that area of your life happier. So after you get all 10 of these filled up, you'll have done 100 repetitions of saying this to yourself. And really, most skills can be developed with 100 correct repetitions or less. So I've done this more than 100 times, but I will say that even just after 100, it was definitely enough to remember it when challenges came up. Okay? Now what I did was this really only takes maybe less than 10 minutes to do a whole block of 100 if you just count them on your fingers. When I did this, I basically did a block of 100 for 3 days in a row, so I got 300 repetitions in, and it has dramatically shifted my experience as well as the circumstances of my life almost overnight. It's pretty radical. So I would suggest maybe trying this out if this seems exciting to you and just see what might happen. I think what you might find is that you'll notice how much you're not doing this when those challenge situations come up, whether it's with people, health, your life's purpose, art, or money. You'll start to recognize, oh my gosh, I'm not feeling valuable now, or I'm not feeling lovable now, or I'm not feeling powerful, or I haven't been feeling beautiful. And your brain will now start looking for the ways that you actually are and can feel that way in that moment. And over time, what's going to happen is you're going to instantly access the right energy, the right emotions, and then also, along with that energy, is carry the right ideas about what to do next. And over time, that will help you grow these areas of your life happier. And again, try this out if you're interested in it. I'd be curious to find out how it can change your life, just like it's changing mine right now. And thanks for watching. Thanks for choosing to be you.